Hi everyone. So I'm going to discuss about my mother. When she left home, she had to be a stripper. No, I don't blame her for that. Honestly, if she had not, she would not have been able to save up money so that way when she left home, she was financially stable. If she had any other kind of job that was giving direct deposit or giving a paycheck, my father would know exactly what she's making, and she would not have been able to put any aside to save up to leave. When she left home for almost 2 years, my brother and I was left at home with the same AB user that she struggled so hard to get away from. I think she left home around 1997, and ironically, I did some research and I found some adult magazines, or one, rather, she only did one, but one adult magazine that she was in, I think it's like Gallery Girl, and found old website that, still has her picture up. It is adult rated. No, I don't own any of the photos, but I did find them. They're still online. They're still able to be viewed. Ironically, I think one actually says she is a 1997 winner. As all website links. But what I do hold against my mother, that for almost 2 years that we were left with our father, the same man that she tried desperately to get away from, she was out not just stripping, also met a man who she later married. And the entire time that we were stuck with my father, she was dating. And for me, to leave your children behind so that your selfish desires can be obtained, not just for survival, not just for taking care of yourself. And the thing is she cannot acknowledge nor admit that either she used somebody because he had a pocketbook, or we were not a priority to her before she found somebody else. And it's only logically one of those two scenarios. You cannot say that it's anything other, because your children were left at home from the same man that you tried so desperately to get away from for almost 2 years. And then when you finally take your children back, you have a house that you bought together. You two are engaged together. There is a wedding date set. And then your children are moved midway through the school year. So they don't even get to start fresh at the beginning. They're in the middle of it, transferred yet again. And after going through many schools as a child and jumping around because of issues with my parents in general and with the family lifestyle, that was just another one that was added to the mix. I didn't even get to start fresh at the beginning of the year or finish out my previous school year. At some point after she left, I want to say about the first year, but who knows how long it really was, she'd introduced this man as her boyfriend, and again she later married him, so they're still together. This is the same man. And no matter what I did to express or show my feelings, I was disrespectful to him. I was mean, and I was angry, and I was rude, and I said hateful things to him for a while, like during the time that they were dating, before they moved us into their home, which was after they'd bought it, and after they got engaged, after a wedding date was set, after all of that, and then moved us in. So at that point, it was, he is our stepfather. But we were left at home, and then it came across like my mother did not truly care about our emotional or mental well-being, that it all was boiled down to herself first and foremost. And for me, if you're a parent and you decide that it's you first, and it has nothing to do with being stable, it has nothing to do with being mentally and emotionally compatible and capable of handling children yourself, there's no other reason to have any selfish choices. I don't care, dating, friends with benefits, whatever. They are not a priority over your children. And the fact that my brother and I was forced to accept somebody that we were not ready to accept. We still was not truly over the divorce. By the time I moved in with my mother and stepfather, I had just finally reached a point of acceptance of the divorce from my parents. And that was 2 years after my mom left. So when I finally get into an acceptance of the divorce, my mother has already moved on and remarried, and I have to live with this person within my lifestyle and personally that close to me, that I'm not ready to do so. I still remember, my mother only saw my brother and I every other weekend for like the first 6 months to a year. The first summer that we got to spend with her, I'm not even sure if we got to spend the entire full summer with her before school started. But at some point, after she introduced this man, whether it was the first summer or the second summer, it reached a point that my brother and I, just to see my mother, also had to go see this man that she was dating, which was in his one-bedroom apartment in Memphis, Tennessee. And my brother and I had to sleep on the couch. And for me, my brother and I would have been far more respectful as well as understanding and accepting if it was just my mother in that kind of a situation. We would understand, hey, you're a single mom and you're struggling. We can sleep on the couch. We can sleep in the living room. We're still getting to spend time with you. But the fact that there was another man in the mix that I nor my brother was even ready for, and my mother's attitude was tough. Get over it. Move on. I'm not holding myself back for you. And to me, you don't need to be a parent if that's the attitude you are going to take, because trust me, they will remember. My brother and I, for us, telling the truth and respect was something that was always pounded into us. So to have a parent that is a hypocrite is counterproductive, and to say the very least.